The Bronx Zoo.
Guys, come on.
Bronx Zoo. We are at the Bronx Zoo. Look at that, Bronx Zoo. This is the Bronx Zoo. 125 years old. Homo sapiens come to see the Bronx Zoo. You know Homo sapiens? Homo sapiens. You don't know Homo sapiens? This is Bronx Zoo.
Now, take a picture.
Look at that.
Campbell. What they eat? What they eat?
Look at that. Homo sapiens at the park. Homo sapiens at the park. Admiring the camel. Estoy tomando un video. Homo sapiens looking at the camel. This is the Jungle World monorail. Jungle World monorail.
I gotta get one of these guys.
These are the strollers. Say hi. Ay, que no puedo tomar. No, porque no puedo tomar foto a ellos. Si tú ves, yo tomo que no salgan ellos. There's the strollers. Este para mí. Mire esta belleza, miren. Esto representa la cultura hindú. Miren allá, miren allá. Bello, 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 bello. Bella, tú no tienes problema de estar en el video, ¿no? ¿Tú no tienes problema de estar en el video? No, para que diga, porque se me reclaman. Are you giving me permission to record you?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you in the video, okay? Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will not let you know, I'm just like, ¿cómo se dice?
1985 was the first and ever time that there was a zoo exhibit focused not on a specific animal, but on the entire Asian zoo inside that was built by plants to help them feel super comfy and so that we can see what they look like in their natural environment. Since 1985, Jungle World has been raising awareness of the importance of jungle ecosystems and the threats that they're under, as well as helping support the populations of endangered jungle species such as this Matchie's tree kangaroo, who actually has a baby in her pouch right now. And so we're super lucky. She'll let the baby come out and if I check on my phone, I can find out what her name is.
What your name is?
What her name is I have this in a picture of my phone. I can look through my, here it is. Her name is...
You went to a class, I can see that.
yeah, training now. Okay, her name is Polly.
Polly!
Polly, the Matchie's tree kangaroo. And the quieter we are, the more likely she is to let her baby come out and look at us. Okay. When it gets too loud, she gets freaked out and she hides her baby.
It's true. What do you have?
We don't want to scare her by being too loud.
Polly, you're so cute.
That is our Asian.
Right, Tracy? Si nadie está gritando.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Jungle World.
Aquí están nuestros primos. our cousins, los monos.
¿Qué me estás haciendo? Nos van a madrear acá.
Son nuestros primos. ¿Tú sabes que el VH, nosotros somos el 1 y ellos son el 2? En el
Yo
VH.
estoy aprendiendo mucho contigo de este viaje.
Pero qué lindo, mira.
¿Y tú crees que ellos lo tienen?
¿Ah?
Todos ellos lo tienen.
Ay, lo que yo te digo ahora es una teoría.
Ok, ahí va.
Pero creo que es verdad también. Pero es una teoría.
Tengo tarea para buscar hoy en la noche.
Pero según muchos dicen que el VH vino de un mono. La gente tomando fotos, miren.
I hope that shit got sound.
That looks good. Out there. Yeah.
Dice, leave me alone.
We're close enough. Yeah, kind of close.
Nobody's keep yo on the hell is this? Rainforest?
It's a mimic rainforest.
Something is in it.
It says here for every jungle species remain known,
No, right?
there remain 40 yet undiscovered. We know more about distant planets than the nearest rainforest. There are believed to be 10 to 30 million living species of plants and animals living on Earth.
Yeah.
More than 90% live in tropics, but only 500,000 of these known to science. This is my English practice lesson. English practice lessons.
Oh, this is nice one. You got a light.
Ay, pero todo el mundo va oscuro. What importance are jungles? Jungles are growing renewable resources if cared for they can. Help, it says here, help stabilize global climates, reduce erosion and siltation, preventing floods, return 75% of the rain to the atmosphere, thus providing more rainfall, help sustain the quality of regional soil and water, provide wood and construction and fuel, fiber, resins, and oils, service as store houses and laboratories of agriculture and pharmaceutical producers and discoveries, fruits, nuts, flowers, livestock, fodder, and countless medicines. Their plants and animals provide enjoyment throughout their beauty. Jungles enrich our lives. They are important for all of us. That's right. Jungle medicine. We are mimicking a rainforest. Look at that. This is a rainforest. Miren esto. Estamos en el Bronx Zoo. Los Homo sapiens visitando el Bronx Zoo.
Raphael?
But I'm waiting for her.
Anatomy of a tropical rainforest.
That's the egg.
Oh, that's no.
No.
That's the babies?
No, that's just rat. That's nice.
Sorry to eat.
I mean, it's
When's
like an
it
old
here?
building, so that's what they do, right? I'm waiting for her. She hangs right
Wow.
there. That's what I'm waiting for. So you see,
Oh.
see it?
It's running over that way, right?
Oh, this
No,
small.
it's right there.
It's right there on the left, all the way on the left. You gotta stick your
Oh,
hand.
I got you.
It's this small.
Oh, good.
There's one in the back. Too.
Oh, that's
They look
small.
like babies.
No, it's just mice.
Oh, they just mice.
It's just mice.
Oh.
It's an old building. That's what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen?
That's
Rodents and roaches, right?
Yes. Saving life around the world. Wildlife around the world. The Wildlife Conservation Society, headquartered here at the Bronx Zoo, has conservation scientists in over 50 countries. We're saving wildlife and jungles around the world by involving local people, protecting habitat, and monitoring key species. And then here it says, involving local communities, island of Borneo, Malaysia. We are working with the Malaysian government to determine the number of orangutans on the island by conducting nest counts and collecting other data on these reclusive animals. Rio Sul National Park, Guatemala. We train local people as field technicians to set up cameras, traps that help estimate jaguar population in the park. That's that, and we're protecting habitat. You can read along.
Doing great. You want me to?
Yeah.
Sulawesi, Indonesia. We're working to protect the breeding grounds of endangered Maleo birds to promote sustainable harvesting of their eggs, which are considered a local delicacy.
Oh wow, people eat that. And-
Nyongwe,
National Park, Rwanda.
Rwanda. We work with the Rwandan government to create a protected area for primates and other animals. Are helping to develop sustainable ecotourism.
Ecotourism and monitoring key species.
Southern highlands of Tanzania. While working in Tanzania, our scientists discovered a new genus of monkey, extremely rare
Kipunji, I believe.
monkey. It is estimated that only 500 of these monkeys exist.
Oh wow.
Madidi.
Bolivia.
Our scientists discovered a previously unknown species of titi monkey while conducting wildlife surveys in the protected area of Madidi,
Bolivia. Nice, thank you for the reading.
Thanks.
This looks like you are in the forests. Look at that. That's the beauty of New York City. That you would think like you're anywhere else, but you are in New York City, around the forests. Look at that. That's on the Bronx Zoo. Where the rest of the people go, I do not know. All I know, I'm in the forest. Beautiful. It's kind of worth it, this long trip. This is the forest.
Right there. See it? Laying on the rock?
It's an alligator.
Well,
It's an alligator.
This is the forest. And there's an alligator. Burial habitat. Están cerca los alligators. This is nature. Tropical Forest Countdown. That's a long number, I know it's million. 4,700 million. That's 6.6 billion acres per year. This is the monorail. People getting on the monorail. Hi. People getting on the monorail. Uy, no.
We'll safeguard these for you guys.
This is the monorail, conocido como el tren del zoológico. No, tú allá, él no lo puedo poner en el video. Me meten problemas. ¿Sabes que me meten problemas si lo
Okay,
pongo ahí?
folks, let's take our final and to the Bronx Zoo's 125th birthday celebration. My name's Hank. I'll be your tucked-in tour guide and monorail driver. Today I'll be your guide and you will be our field scientist in training. Once we cross the Bronx River, we'll be transported to Asia as if by magic. There we'll visit animals from China to India, Cambodia to Nepal, and more. For your safety and the safety of others, please remain seated at all times with your hands and feet.
Look how beautiful is the
cameras and
monorail,
phones,
traveling in the
hoops,
monorail.
and antlers inside the train. Here at
Frank,
the Bronx Zoo are the headquarters of the Wildlife Conservation Society, or WCS. We have scientists and eco guards working in the field and zookeepers working right here at home to protect animals all over the world. I will point out animals as we approach them, but I'll need your help. Scientists and zookeepers need excellent observation skills to learn about animals' behaviors and ensure their health. We have now traveled over 7,000 miles and arrived in Asia. You gotta stay seated, guys. Come on. This first area here is called the Kanha Meadow. We got 4 types of deer and 1 type of antelope in this meadow. Almost everybody is up on the top of the hill to our left, but don't worry. We'll pass it into the meadow later on in the tour. I'll be sure to slow this train down, talk as fast as I can, and point out everybody that we might see up there. In the meantime, these animals we just passed, those are our Bactrian deer. Bactrian deer are some species of red deer, although as you can see, they were not red. They were kind of that pale gray golden color. Bactrian deer's numbers in the wild were hard to monitor due to unrest in the areas that they call home. But recently, a WCS researcher was able to confirm that Bactrian deer do still exist in the wild in Afghanistan, after not being seen for nearly 40 years. Now, we all know that a species that is extinct no longer exists, like the dodo or the dinosaur. The next animal we're going to see was on the verge of extinction. In fact, the Mongolian wild horse, or Pereshevalsky's horse, was extinct in nature, in zoos. And as we pull into the Mongolian wild horse territory, they're going to be clustered right here as we pull into their area. Keep your eyes peeled, folks. There's a foal out there. That's a baby horse. He's about 4 months old.
Oh, he's so cute.
Now you might notice some differences between these horses and the domestic horses you're used to seeing. They got a stockier build. Short, I guess you could say they are genetically. I'm gonna hand this off. I'm gonna hand it off now to one of our scientists in the field. It's Jonathan. He's going to tell you a little more about the Mongolian wild horse.
I'm Jonathan Slad. I'm the Russia and Northeast Asia coordinator for the Wildlife Conservation Society. I believe that wildlife has a place on this earth. My job is to find practical solutions that allow people and wildlife to thrive in nature. Meadow Przewalski's horse went extinct in the wild in the 1960s. On a recent trip to Kazakhstan, I thought about the ongoing and successful efforts in that country to bring these horses back to the Central Asian steppe. The world needs happy stories, to watch the impossible become possible, and to see hope restored. That's what's happening today.
You're afraid.
And we get our first animals here in 1902, and to date we've had over 50 Mongolian wild horse foals born right here at the Bronx Zoo, including the one we saw today. Now at first we did not know if that foal was a colt or a filly, that's male or female. Over the last few weeks it's become fairly obvious. We've got a little colt on our hands. Now this area we're still passing, this is still Mongolian wild horse territory. We saw it in the Kanha Meadow, we'll see it in our next display. We give our animals a lot of room to move around in, and believe me, they do use every inch of it.
They got a lot. They all herd up together over there.
Pamela is talking.
They resting.
Yes, Pamela.
Huh? They have a lot of space.
Yes.
Now we'll have no trouble spotting our next animal, as they are the world's largest wild cattle. I'm talking about our gaur, that's G-A-U-R, gaur, also known as Indian bison. A male gaur can weigh up to 2,000 pounds, that's as much as a small car. He can stand up to 6 feet tall and be up to 10 feet long. With his impressive size and sharp horns, a male gaur can fight off just about anything, even a tiger. Gaur were highlighted on season 3 of The Zoo on Animal Planet, which is available for streaming. The gaur up here to the right of the train towards the back of their exhibit. We'll catch up with them in just a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to hand it off to one of our zookeepers. It's Dave. He's got more for you about the gaur.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Hi,
I'm a
Dave.
wild animal keeper here in Wild Asia. When the Bronx Zoo received 2 female and 1 male gaur from the San Diego Zoo, it took a couple of introductions before all the animals were comfortable. But after a little bit of time, the 3 new animals fully integrated into the herd, and we have the family that you see today. A family group of gaur can consist of up to 40 individuals, and is typically led by an older adult female called the matriarch. Since the 2 females and 1 male have been added to this family, there have been a number of offspring. This is important because gaur are considered to be a vulnerable species, so it's vital to maintain a healthy growing herd here at the zoo.
Interesting note about the gaur, if you've ever seen a can of Red Bull, that's 2 gaur on that can of Red Bull butting their heads together. Now practicing our scientific observation skills, you might be noticing a noise coming from a concrete jungle rather than an Asian one. It's easy to forget that the Bronx Zoo rests in the heart of an urban environment, but that noise you hear behind the train right now is traffic on the Bronx River Parkway. This large fence opposite the train was put up to block the noise of the traffic for the animals. And as we come around this curve and approach the end of the fence, I want to thank everyone for their cooperation so far. I seriously do appreciate it. But I do need to remind everyone to please remain seated. This would be an inconvenient enclosure to fall into, as we are now on the lookout for a tiger. Tiger stripes provide excellent camouflage, so they're often difficult to spot. Even professional researchers will have trouble spotting them in the wild. Tigers are solitary animals and live alone in the wild. That's why you'll only see one of them in this exhibit at a time. She's got all this area to herself, and that's just the way she likes it.
She's over there.
Where?
On your side.
On my side?
Tigers
Yes.
hunt a variety of different animals, but prefer medium-sized deer
It's by
and
the
wild
fence. By
boar.
the fence.
A tiger will gorge itself on a fresh kill, eating up to 40 pounds of meat at
We
one
passed
time.
it.
That's the equivalent of 160 hamburgers in one sitting. After a meal of that size, the tiger will usually not eat again for several days. I'm not sure where Suhana is, but you can actually see some tigers here at the Bronx Zoo by heading over to Tiger Mountain.
I don't see no
We are at the
tiger.
Bronx
Yeah,
Zoo.
she was hiding, guys. I'm not sure where she was.
No, she was by the fence. She was by the fence.
Well, forget her. She antisocial.
And as we leave the tiger exhibit, we're going to be in the back of the Gower exhibit. Have a look at the top of the hill here. You'll catch a closer glimpse of the Gower up there. And then as we pass this tree line here after the Gower exhibit, we're going to be in the upper half of that Kanha Meadow. That first area we passed into, we came over the bridge. Let's see if we can't spot everybody we missed down below. There's another one of the male back trees here on the left side there against the fence. As you come around the curve, you see those light brown animals sitting out there in the shade. Those are the black buck antelope. The light brown ones are the female. There's a dark brown one out there as well. That's the male. He has horns as well.
Next time I'm gonna
Black
see
buck
right here.
antelope are dimorphic, meaning the males and females appear differently from each other. Under the train here, as we come down the hill, that spotted deer, that's one of our axis deer. Those other three, those are Barasingha deer. Barasingha deer, also known as swamp deer. They'll hang out in the swamps of India to stay cool. Look to the left as we come around the corner, you'll see a bunch of them sitting in the mud down there doing exactly that. Now, speaking of mud, the next animal we're going to see blends in well with the muddy area he calls home. You see something that looks like a pig with two tusks coming up out of his snout. You've spotted our Bobby Rusa. The fact that those tusks resemble deer antlers earned this pig its name. Bobby Rusa means deer pig in the Malay language. And in the first area here behind the bamboo, sitting right there in his hay, we got Kenneth. Kenneth is an older male with a fearsome Kenneth.
Right there, right there.
To fight other males, to establish dominance, and to impress the ladies. We got two females in the second area here. They're right here by the poles we're pulling through. They're a little smaller than Kenneth and do not have those tusks. Bobby Rusa hail from the Indonesian island of Sulawesi. Now, do not fret if you were not able to spot our Bobby Rusa. You'll have no trouble whatsoever spotting our next animal, as she is the world's largest land mammal. I'm talking about our Asian elephant, and we've got Patty today. Patty's up here to the right of the train, folks. She's right in front of the fence. You're going to get a great view of her once we catch up. Asian elephants can weigh up to 10,000 pounds. To maintain that kind of weight, they got to eat a lot of vegetation. Patty can eat up to 200 pounds of hay each day and drink up to 60 gallons of water. Now, we pamper our elephants here at the Bronx Zoo. They get baths and pedicures. Just last week, I saw Patty put her 3 feet through that fence over there. They took a big old file. They filed down her tonails. Be sure to compliment her on them when you see her.
Oh, so cute,
Good afternoon, Patty. Now take a good look at her trunk if you can. An elephant's trunk's got 40,000 muscles in it, and it's an incredible tool. Patty also has a small finger-like attachment at the end of her trunk. With that small finger, she can gently pick up a single blade of grass or an apple, or she can use all 40,000 of those muscles and pull down a tree branch with tremendous force. Have a nice afternoon, Patty. What a great treat that was. She was right. It has armor plates for skin, a single horn at the end of its nose. It weighs around 3,500 pounds. Not only are you an excellent estimator of weight, but you spotted our greater one-horned rhinoceros. Now, I happen to know they're at the other end of the exhibit. We'll catch up with them in just a second. Did he just say they and them? I think he did. We got 2 rhinos for you to see. Today we know all rhinos are highly endangered. Recent estimations have the number at around 3,700 wild one-horned rhinoceroses that survive in India and Nepal. Here at the Bronx Zoo, we care for 5 endangered greater one-horned rhinoceroses. Now, caring for this very rare animal is one thing, but breeding is entirely another. Do we have any moms on the train today? Well, think about this, moms. A female rhino is pregnant for 16 months. Can you imagine being pregnant for almost a year and a half? And the baby's about 100 pounds or so to boot when it does show up. After that, the baby will stay with its mother for 2 to 3 years. Weaning may take 12 to 16 months. We've had 14 baby rhinos born right here at the Bronx Zoo. And as we clear the tree line, you're going to see one of them. Over there on the left, that's Patrick. Over there on the right, walking into the mud wallow, that's Priya. Priya is Patrick's mother. Now, many people think a rhino skin is tough, but it's actually very sensitive and requires protection from the sun and insects. One of a rhino's favorite ways to protect its skin is to sit in a mud wallow, like we see Priya doing in the back of the exhibit here. Since Wild Asia opened in 1977, many rhinos have spent time enlarging this wallow. By stomping around the edges, a rhino could shape and mold the area to its liking. Here at the Bronx Zoo, we care for animals like the rhino and the tiger by participating in a cooperative zoo management program called the Species Survival Plan. The name says it all. It's a plan to help these animals survive. Zoos around the world cooperate to maintain genetically diverse populations of rare and endangered species. Put that simply, they keep the gene pool fresh. In this next meadow, we're going to be on the lookout for 4 types of deer and 1 type of antelope. Starting with the smallest deer we'll see, that'll be the hog deer. The hog deer get their name because, well, they kind of resemble a hog. They're short, they're squat, they like to crouch down low and crawl under things rather than leap over things like most other deer. As we clear the trees here, you'll see a couple of the hog deer sitting up against that fence there.
Oh, look at that, look at that.
Deer sitting at the end there. That's one of our, that's the largest deer we'll have in this enclosure. That's one of our sandbar deer. Sandbar deer, the largest deer species in Southeast Asia. There's another one there around the corner. Male sandbar deer can stand up to 5 feet tall to